that you're aware of?
At this point, it's pretty routine. I think you've heard on the media pretty much all the evidence that has been gathered so far. Evidence that's relevant to the Susan Powell investigation is being shared with the Utah authorities. Evidence that's relevant to the current pending case on Stephen Powell will be shared with my office, but at this point we haven't gathered any evidence that in any way connects Stephen Powell to the murder of Susan Powell or to the murder of those two children.
Thank you very much, Mark. Pierce County Prosecuting Attorney Mark Lindquist here for the funeral. As you heard, the investigation continues to this. There is the murder investigation involving Susan Cox Powell. There's the investigation involving Stephen Powell. So there's still a lot of evidence to gather, a lot of information that investigators are trying to put together. And it's important to piece together exactly what happened before that fatal fire and explosion last Sunday, because as you heard the prosecuting attorney just say, they really want to find answers for the family, putting together that timeline, figuring out how far in advance Joshua Powell may have planned this. A lot of information still to go through. Michelle?
All right, Kevin, thank you. Closure for the community and the family. Now, KIRO 7's Stacey Sakamoto is live outside the church. Mourners are arriving. Stacey, the last time we spoke to you, you were talking to some people who came with something purple for Susan.
Yes, Michelle, they put a lot of thought into this. This parking lot is packed, and most of these people have never met Charlie or Braden Powell or their family. In fact, one of them was carrying a basket full of ribbons that she had made to give to other mourners.
So the symbol of the ribbons is that we wanted to kind of join Susan and the boys together once again. So some of them have two blues and a purple, which the boys' favorite color is blue and Susan's was purple. And then, you know, when they're together, it's them being combined again and being able to be at rest.
How did you come up with these ideas?
It wasn't actually, a girlfriend of mine decided that she was going to do it, and we just all sat down and we did it together. My girls and I and her sat down and we did them for a couple hours to get them. So it would show the community being united against this.
Cassie Duggar says she grew up in Puyallup. She feels that this is an issue that's being felt not just by neighborhoods, not just by families, but by people in the entire community and, in fact, across the nation. She said it felt very important to actually do something constructive in all of this to help people come together. Michelle?
Thank you, Stacey. And we do know Susan Cox Powell was a 2000 graduate of Puyallup's Rogers High School. And all week long since the killings, our KIRO 7 coverage has also tracked the anger over the way the emergency system handled that 911 call from the caseworker who brought the young boys to their dad's house. There's now an investigation and calls for better training. And as KIRO 7's Gary Horker got a call this week from a retired couple who trained more than 100 Pierce County dispatchers in the past, they're calling for changes in the way 911 calls are handled.
And I'd like to pull out of the driveway because I smell gasoline and he won't let me in.
When a social worker with the Powell children said those words to a 911 dispatcher, the call was still not given top priority.
I was very angry at that point because that's the indication that this is a serious matter. You send the world.
David Blavelt's a retired chief deputy firefighter. His wife Margaret's worked dispatch centers for years. They're reacting to this.
All right, we'll have somebody look for you there.
Okay, how long will it be?
I don't know, ma'am. They have to respond to emergency, life-threatening situations first. The first available deputy.
Well, this could be life-threatening.
Now Margaret's calling for dispatchers to be retrained immediately.
To me, sometimes they act like they are little gods, and they aren't. They're just people, and they're supposed to serve the public. And with their attitudes, the public doesn't think they're serving them.
We have really good professional 911 operators, and this is not an example of it.
Detective Ed Troyer says he's disappointed in how the caller was treated, but he says it didn't slow down the dispatch.
If you listen to the second 911 call, you can hear her say right off the top, "Deputy's arriving." You can see her, the deputy showed up, so the deputy was dispatched.
In hindsight, we now know this was a very serious call that we, if we'd known what was going on, would expect to have been done in seconds.
And that was KIRO 7's Gary Horker reporting for us. We have live KIRO 7 coverage continuing leading up to the funeral of Charlie and Braden Powell. You're looking at live pictures from Chopper 7 as people continue to get into the church there. This is the Life Center Church in Tacoma. The service scheduled to get underway in just about 8.5 minutes. We're coming right back.